Joining me now, Ned Ryun, CEO of American Majority. Ned, this is tricky for the Democrats, is it not? Because they push Biden out over the objections, clearly, of his wife, who's desperate to stay in the White House. But they push him out, and they're left with the woman who giggles nervously when she talks about, outer space. So where do they go from that?
Well, I think there's a twist to this plot. Sure. I mean, Biden's going to be 82. It's going to feel like 102. It feels like 102 some days already. But if Biden doesn't want to leave, it's going to be very hard to push him out. If he wants to run for re-election, it's going to be very hard to beat him in the 2024 primary. And Laura, I'd point to the 1980 primary in which you had Jimmy Carter, who was deeply unpopular, not doing well in the polls, was considered very weak, was careening from disaster to disaster, and Ted Kennedy ran against him, and Jimmy Carter crushed Ted Kennedy. And I think that's what people are looking at right now and realizing Biden is going to have to leave of his own volition, and if not, I don't see anybody that's going to actually, a credible candidate that's going to run against him in the 2024 primary. And if he decides not to run, then you get to Kamala Harris, and we know why she was chosen. They need to find somebody who is less intelligent than an impaired Biden, and she has done that very well. Or do you have little Pete? Do you have Gavin Newsom? I mean, you're left with a pretty short bench for Democrats if Biden doesn't run again, and then you also abandon Biden's power of incumbency. They've kind of put themselves into a pretty tough corner.
Yeah, I get your point. By the way, CNN, in a move which is kind of has to make the North Korean spokesman for Kim Jong-un kind of jealous, because there was awesome propaganda coming out of CNN today about Biden's physical.
We got a memo from the president's physician related to that visit to Walter Reed. Those results say President Biden remains, quote, healthy and vigorous. It also says that he is fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. So a good news report for the president. There's no signs it would be anything other than that.
Ned, I mean, I don't know how a reporter can even read that with a straight face. I mean, did anyone see Biden today when he stumbled back to the microphone, when he got a bit of a tough question about his family's ties to China? I mean, I'm sorry, but it looks like Tales from the Crypt. It's terrifying. It's just it is
vigorous. I mean, it's don't believe your lying eyes, in which you see let's face it, a very decrepit 80-something-year-old who is in the White House. And I have to tell you, Laura, I don't see him actually doing most of the governing, even though he is the president of the White House. And we're told to actually believe that this guy is fit and ready to run again. But again, I'll go back to if there's not a rapid mental decline over the next 6 to 9 months and he decides he's actually running, I just don't see any credible candidate stepping up to challenge him, much less beat him in the 2024 primary.
Hey, Ned, before we let you go, what do you think of Giselle Fetterman, who pushed this poor man to run for Senate? Now he ends up in the hospital with clinical depression after already being hospitalized. I mean, is there a more twisted scenario than this? Frankly, cruel scenario than this?
It feels very much like a Lady Macbeth situation, which she's very ambitious, and she used her impaired husband as the vehicle to achieve some of her ambitions.
It's sickening. I mean, it's sickening and cruel. Ned, great to see you. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.